everybody. Welcome back to the Model Works. Glad to be back and up and running. I finally got my processor issues worked out with my computer. It was a pain in the ass, let me tell you. I mean, let me just give you the quick details right fast, and then we'll get on to the business at hand for this video. I had ordered my processor, and this has been, gosh, a month and a half, I guess, ago or longer. And I'd already bought my motherboard and had it, and basically what I was doing, my main computer had gone down, and so we bought my wife a new computer. And so I decided to just go ahead, and we thought we'd go ahead and put this one kind of together, so we'd have two computers in our office, and we can kind of, work at the same time or what have you. We're not together. We're not on the computer that much at the same time, but we wanted the option to have that available if we needed it. But anyway, so I bought my motherboard, and I had ordered my processor through Amazon, and it was going to be like a month before it was shipped, due to be shipped. So I thought that was an awfully long time, but I said, it's what I wanted, the one that I wanted, and I said, well, I'll just deal with it. So about 3 days before it was due to be shipped, I got an email from Amazon saying that, well, we've encountered another delay, and it will be another 3 weeks before we can ship it. And if you don't want to wait, then you can cancel the order, and where with Amazon, they don't, at least with this purchase, they didn't take the money out for the item until they were going to ship it. So I said, no, never mind, not going to do that. So I went through another seller. 4 days, we're going to ship it and have it to the front door in 4 or 5 days. Well, 4 days came. Sure enough, we'll go out on the porch, and it's there. Well, they delivered it. FedEx was the carrier. Nobody knocked on the door. Nobody, didn't even know it was out there. Just happened to go out on the side porch, and so the box was there, and it looked like somebody had stomped on the box. Opened the box up, and sure enough, a piece of the processor where it mounts onto the board was broke. So we called the seller, and they made arrangements to send me another one out. So long story short, they filed the claim with FedEx, and I got my processor, and long story short, back up and running again. So I'm hoping that this cures all my ails for computer trouble for a while. Want to appreciate everybody for the kind remarks that you all made on my 33 Willis gasser. Really appreciate it, and I'm so far behind. I've kind of apologized for this. This is my actually my video for my pal Chris and Chris Cortell, ClassicPlastic 101, the appreciation build as well as it is. And so I don't want to take a lot of time away from talking about him and what I'm going to be doing, but I'm so far behind. I just don't have time to make 3 or 4 different videos, so I'm just trying to cram things all together here into one video. Okay. On to the business at hand and the subject of this video, the ClassicPlastic 101 appreciation build. And I'm glad that, first of all, I'm really glad that, well, first of all, thanks to Kenny at Mindless Model Works and Papa Dan for putting this together. And I'm really glad that they changed the name from a tribute build to an appreciation build, because a tribute build, kind of sounds like that's, for someone who, we're remembering in the past. And, Chris is, very much a part of the community now, and so it's good that we're doing this as an appreciation build. What can I say about Chris that, all of you don't already know, and we as builders already know? when I first came to YouTube, he's kind of the reason why I'm here. It's been going on 4 years now, and I had no intentions of ever putting up a video. I just wanted to hang out and just kind of do my thing and watch other people build and just enjoy other people's work pretty much. And I've happened to, I think I've told this story before, so I won't go off into into a long explanation, but I sent him just a picture of one of my videos, and one of my models rather, and he posted a video, kind of put a little slideshow together, and it was the 71 Hemi-Cuda, and the rest is history. He told me I should really put my stuff out there on the tube, and I had talked to him about the fact that I used to compete back in the 80s a little bit with my models, and had won a few trophies and a few ribbons and what have you, and so I certainly didn't want to do that anymore. I got my fill of that way back then in the early 90s. I quit doing that altogether. So, but what can you say about this guy? I consider him such a good friend, even though I've never met him, and I think a lot of us kind of feel the same way. A lot of us have never met him, we've never seen him, but it doesn't take but just a conversation via email or a telephone call, and he's like one of the guys. You know what I'm saying? You hear the passion when it comes to model building. You hear the passion in his voice, and when he talks about his model building, and even just in his videos, you hear it and you see it. The dedication that he puts into each and every build, the detailed painting and the little attention to details that a lot of builders don't do, and they don't take the time to do those things, and that's what separates him from other builders. I don't think I've ever been around another model builder. Well, I know I haven't, that can do all that he does and do it well. He can build anything. He can get into any genre, and do it, like I said, do it all very well. I think he and I are, kind of like blood brothers in a sense that we were both born in the early 60s, and I think maybe even he's got a couple of years on me, I think. But we are both super, Mopar fans, and we appreciate the muscle cars from that age, and the drag cars, and we have a common language. So, and as far as being a tough individual, man, there's a lot of people that would have already given up on fighting after having gone through what he has gone through. And I don't want to dwell on that, because that's not what this build is about, and that's not what this group build is about. This is about appreciating what he has done for the modeling community, for the things he has taught. Everyone here I know has picked up, if not a lot of things, at least one thing or two things, or a boatload of things that we have applied to our building. At some point, you can be building, and I've done it myself, and you'll be building something, and you say, I remember Chris saying something that he did this one time, or if you're building a particular model that he's already built, you think, Chris said that this was maybe an issue with this model, and I remember that, and saves you the trouble of going through the headaches that he's already gone through, and makes it easier on us. So, I wish him all the best in this fight he's in now. He's fighting, and I know he'll come through this like he did before. So I have no doubt. Alright, what I'm going to be doing for this build is, as you can see, the Revell Motorsport Series Sox and Martin. Well, that's what's in the box, the Sox and Martin 67 GTX, Plymouth GTX. I will not be building it as that. I will be, the direction, kind of the vision I have for this is I'm going to be building the GTX in the form that he and I would have, kind of what we would have done to the car if we'd had, maybe not unlimited money, but if we'd have had the kind of money that, you know, we, as we were growing up and we saw, you know, custom cars, and we saw street rods that, hey, you know, I wish I had the kind of money to do this or do that, or so that's what the vision and direction I'm going to go in. He sent me a picture of his brother actually owned a 67 Plymouth GTX, so he sent me a pic of it, and it's going to be kind of a cross between that and just, you know, kind of what I would like to have done to that car if I had, or if I could do it now. Not only back then, but now what I could do to it present day, and kind of old school, kind of a forward rake. I've got some aftermarket wheels and tires, or actually some tires. I'm going to use the kit wheels. We're going to add some aftermarket stuff to the engine. We're going to do, I've already done some things to it. You know, my computer being down has not stopped me from building, so I'm already, you know, kind of well into the build, and I'll get into that in you know, next video or two. So that's what we're going to do. I'm looking forward to seeing how this comes out. I think it's going to be, I think it's going to turn out nice. The look that I have in mind for it is, like I said, kind of old school. It's not going to be a low, it's not going to sit low to the ground. It's going to be kind of the look back in the 70s, and so we'll see how it comes out. All right, I guess that's all for now. I'll be doing some update videos in the next week or two, I guess, trying to catch up a little bit. Give you a bench update probably next, let you know what's kind of coming down the road, and all that. So you know, for now, I guess that will be it. Looking forward to seeing everybody's, and already been a lot of Chris's builds out there. A lot of good looking builds, and I know he appreciates it, and as we appreciate him. So once again, thanks to Kenny and Papa Dan for doing this. I can't think of a more deserving individual in this community that has given more to the community and has given it. Okay, hell of a time for the batteries to run out right at the end of the video, but as I was saying, I think we'll close it out, this video out. Once again, good to be back up and running, and until I talk to you again, take care of one another. May God bless you and your family. Don't take any crap from anyone. See you soon.